I want to read the Bible that was translated by the Jehovah's Witnesses, by the Watchtower Bible and Tract Society of New York. It is the New World Bible Translation Committee who said this. And this was printed on February 9, 1950, New York, New York. They have this to say. While inclining to view the pronunciation Yahweh as the more correct way, we have retained the form Jehovah because of people's familiarity with it since the 14th century. Moreover, it preserves equally with other forms the four letters of the Tetragrammaton JHVH. You see, who in the Watchtower will tell you that what they are saying is wrong? It is only through a meticulous mind and examination that you will see that what they are saying does not proceed from a mouth of a true witness of God. These are lies. I want you to notice that. The New World Bible Translation Committee, these are committee of the Watchtower themselves, said that they are inclined to view the pronunciation Yahweh as the more correct way. But the reason why they have retained the use of Jehovah is because people are used to the word Jehovah since the 14th century. So, in their book, it is the Jehovah's Witnesses themselves that confess that the name Jehovah is not the original name of God. It came out into a popularity and in existence in the 14th century, 1,400 years after the death of the apostles. Now, and the concluding sentence in that print is a serious deceit to humanity. You see, moreover, they said, the name Jehovah, moreover, it preserves equally with other forms the four letters of the Tetragrammaton JHVH. How come that the Tetragrammaton, or the original Hebrew for the name of God, is JHVH? There is no such thing as J in the Hebrew alphabet. It is completely a lie, brothers and sisters. And if the Jehovah's Witnesses want to be saved, and if they are really God-loving people, they have to amend this teaching. The Tetragrammaton is YHWH. Yod He Vav He in the Hebrew. In English, it is YHWH. It's never JHVH. But to make people believe that it is JHVH as the original name of God, it is a lie. Now, why am I saying this? Do I hate the Jehovah's Witnesses? God forbids. I love them. That's why I'm telling you this, Jehovah's Witnesses. Why? Because I want you to be saved. The Bible can be used for correction. And this is a mistake. If we are going to use the Bible for a correction, the Bible can tell us the real name of God from eternity. And it is never Jehovah, nor it is JHVH. It is available in the Bible. As we continue studying the words of God in this program, the Word of God in the Bible will reveal to us the original name of God, not Jehovah, of course. Because the Jehovah's Witnesses themselves is a witness to that Jehovah is not known by those people who lived during the time of the Lord Jesus Christ and during the time of Moses. In another book of the Jehovah's Witnesses, Reasoning from the Scriptures, on page 192, they say, hence, some moderns have framed the name of Jehovah, unknown to all ancients, whether Jews or Christians. You see? If you are not a Jehovah's Witness, and you have heard this, and you have read this, will you still believe that Jehovah is the name of God? They admit in this publication of the Jehovah's Witnesses. It is their book. It is not our book. I bought them. I bought these books from Jehovah's Witnesses because their truth is for sale. According to them, it contains the truth. In the Bible, truth must not be sold. 23:23 of the book of Proverbs, it says, buy the truth and sell it not. Also wisdom and instruction and understanding. We must not sell the truth. But the Jehovah's Witnesses are selling their books. And allegedly, they contain the truth. If we are to believe that the books of the Jehovah's Witnesses contain the truth, then we have read some truth. What is that truth? That the form Jehovah was framed, what was invented by some modern translators of the Bible. And which name, Jehovah, is unknown to all the ancients, the Jews and the Christians. It is not wise anymore to believe that Jehovah is the name of God. Why? After all, it's an invention. That is what the Apostle Paul said to Timothy on 4:3-4 of 2 Timothy. I want to read again the verse. For the time will come when they will not endure sound doctrine, but after their own lust shall they heap to themselves teachers having itching ears. And they shall turn away their ears from the truth, and shall be turned unto fables, unto inventions, unto man-invented doctrines and teachings. So, have you heard a religious program like this, brothers and sisters? May I remind you again, this is a religious program. And if we are going to stand by the principle of true biblical religiosity or biblically based religion, we have to be as frank as possible. God is a frank God. He speaks the truth frankly. That's why sometimes, if you speak the truth and there are people who do not want to hear the truth, they become your enemies. But I do not care. I want people to be saved, their soul to be cleansed by the Word of God. I'm not out here to fool people. We are not spending our money to play and use flowery words so that to convince people to join us. Even if you will not join us, we will be happy after having told you the truth. Why? Because there are those who are really out to get you in any manner possible, even if it is not biblical. But it is not our intention. We believe that God calls people to His truth. It is our duty to tell the truth and let God make people realize that we are telling the truth. But it is not always sweet-sounding to the ears of people. There are people, after hearing the truth, they become your enemies. Let us read in the book of Galatians 4:16, and it says, Am I therefore become your enemy because I tell you the truth? This is the experience of the Apostle Paul. Because he is telling the truth, it meant his life. Let us read. In the book of Acts chapter 9, verses 20-27, it says, But Paul increased the more in strength, and confounded the Jews which dwelt at Damascus, proving that this is very Christ. 29. And he spake boldly in the name of the Lord Jesus, and disputed against the Grecians, but they went about to slay him. If what the Apostle Paul teaches is sweet-sounding to the ears of everybody, people will not want to slay him. The reason why people are out to slay him while he preaches that not all people hearing the words of the Apostle Paul welcomes the truth in their hearts. And we will be reminded of 3:19 of the book of John. The Lord Jesus Christ said, This is the condemnation, that the light is come into the world, and men loved darkness rather than light, because their deeds were evil. You see, these are people who do not want to live evil. These are people who do not want to turn a new leaf in their lives. These are people who do not want to be corrected. These are people who do not want to be saved, practically, because they want to indulge and remain in evil. That's why we cannot blame God if in the last day there are people who will be punished, as the Apostle Paul said in 2 Thessalonians chapter 1, verses 8 and 9. I read, In flaming fire, taking vengeance on them that know not God, and that obey not the gospel of our Lord Jesus Christ, who shall be punished with everlasting destruction from the presence of the Lord and from the glory of His power. Why? Let us continue on to 11.